Yes. Yes,
Ma'am,
explain these
these,
lines. The third
yes, ma'am.
stanza. Third stanza. Yes, beta.
Ma'am, rich with the sprinkling of fear. These lines,
Link
ma'am.
link it with the previous lines because this single line will not give any meaning. You have to link it the whole stanza.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Ma'am, here the poet is describing the beauty of the nature as the daffodils, the clear rills, and in the hot season, the clearing rills they make their own shelter for themselves, and in the hot season, the mid forest, the thick mass ferns also look very beautiful, and the fair musk rose blooms means the white rose flowers that are very beautiful,
Mm.
and such too in the grandeur of the dooms means
Mm.
here
This
the
this
grandeur.
this is next stanza. Don't go to that. It does not have any link with these lines. This is the third
In
stanza, which starts from such the sun, the moon, from the previous page, second last line, middle of the line. Such the sun, the moon, trees old and young, sprouting a shady
Yes, ma'am.
boon. This is the stanza,
Yes.
third stanza. That is the last stanza. Don't link that line. That is giving separate meaning.
In this stanza, the poet is referring various beautiful things of the nature, like the sun, the moon, and the old and young trees that provide shelters even to all the beasts, even to human and the animals. And the daffodils also look very beautiful, and as they provide the green world to live in, and they provide shelters to themselves, and the green rills here refers to the streams of clean water,
Hmm.
small streams that also look very beautiful, and cooling covert here means that the cool shelter that
Hmm.
they make, and against the hot season the mid forest break, the in the hot season the thick mass of the ferns also look very beautiful.
Yes. Listen once again. You have to link the line accordingly. Against the hot season is linked with the previous line. Cooling covered make के साथ है. The mid forest break is linked with the next line. Rich with the sprinkling of fair musk rose blooms. So, what the poet wants to suggest in these lines, because in the second stanza, the poet has told that human beings are full of worries, tensions, depressions, sadness because of the inhuman nature. They lack noble nature. They have sad days, gloomy days. They are adopting dark, evil ways, which is causing problem to their health. And even then, we try to find happiness. We try to search happiness, and which we are not able to. But the poet links it with the next stanza by saying that yes, in spite of all these problems, these sufferings, or the tensions or the worries, God has provided us some shapes of beauty, some beautiful shapes of nature, which can bring us out of this sadness. And then in the next stanza, all those beautiful things are explained, in which the sun, the moon, the old trees, young trees, they create a shady place, a shelter for the human beings as well as for the animals. Beautiful daffodil flowers, which they bloom when they bloom in the green world, here refers to the forest where they live in, because their living place is the forest. They give beauty to that forest also where they bloom. Clear rills that for themselves cooling covert make against the hot season, and clear streams of water, when they flow with the clear water, they create a cooling shelter, cooling area, or a place for themselves and for the human beings also in the hot summer season. During the hot summer season, even they give comfort and cooling place to all. The mid forest brake, rich with the sprinkling of fair musk rose blooms, and the white color of rose when it blooms in the break. Break here means the marshy area, the wet area. दलदल वाला जो गंदगी वाला एरिया होता है उसके मिडल के बीच में फॉरेस्ट में जब वो वाइट कलर रोजेज ब्लूम करते हैं, दे एनरिच द एरिया by sprinkling their beauty. Sprinkling of fair means sprinkling their beauty. By scattering their beauty, they enrich that area. कि वो एरिया जो है वो भी सुंदर बन जाता है जब ये वाइट कलर रोजेज उस मार्शी एरिया में, ब्रेक एरिया में ब्लूम करते हैं. सो इन दिस वे the beauty is spread everywhere by God, and we must enjoy those beautiful scenes to come out of our sadness, our depression, and our health will automatically improve. This is the idea which the poet wants to convey in this stanza, that how we can come out of our sadness by enjoying the beauty of all these things of nature. Is it clear, Lokesh?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Lines are clear now. Is any doubt to anyone else for this poem before we move forward? No? Clear? Now you will get the assignment for this poem today and solve the extracts part and the questions according to your roll numbers, odd and even, not all the questions. Extract, you will solve all. Now coming to the next thing that we are going to start is the writing task, that is short composition. Just wait, beta. Yes, the next topic that we are going to have in short composition is advertisement. As you have done notice, poster, this is the third topic in that category, advertisements. You know advertisement because you have already covered this topic in 11th class also, that advertisement is a short piece of composition in the form of a notice, picture, or film. It is drafted mainly to inform people about the product, job, or service. It is generally inserted in a newspaper or displayed on the TV. It's an effective means of promoting sales of goods or services or arousing public awareness. कि कोई सोशल इशू है उसके ऊपर आप पब्लिक अवेयरनेस, लोगों को जागरूक करना चाहते हो, कोई चीज़, कोई सेल है आपकी, उसको प्रमोट करना चाहते हो, यू वांट टू हैव सर्विसेज ऑफ समवन and accordingly you give ad for that. It can be in the form of a notice, picture, film, documentary, and it can be displayed in the newspaper in the form of advertisement in the classified column or in the display column, or you can give it on the TV and showing some posters, etc. also. Its main purpose is to publicize products, vacancies, and services. Many advertisements contain a saying or quotation or slogan in order to attract the attention of the people. But this is related to the display advertisements only, not to the classified. Here we will have discussion about the newspaper advertisements only. That is, newspaper advertisements are of two types. One is classified and the other one is display advertisement. What is classified advertisement? These are brief advertisements which are inserted in classified section of the newspaper. They are written in a characteristic style, particular इनके characteristics features होती हैं. You might have seen in the newspaper separate columns होते हैं classified advertisements के लिए. They are termed classified because they are grouped in categories according to the goods or services they are advertising. Different कैटेगरीज में इनको डिवाइड किया जाता है, डिफरेंट अकॉर्डिंग टू द गुड्स और द सर्विसेज. अगर आपको सर्विसेज चाहिए तो उसके लिए अलग कैटेगरी है. इफ़ यू आर प्रमोटिंग सम गुड्स और यू वांट टू सेल सम गुड्स, different categories and the columns are settled there in the classified. For example, situation vacant, any post is vacant, for that you want to give the ad. Plot for sale, you want to sell your property. Apartment on rent, you want to give your property or your house on rent. Matrimonial, for the marriage purposes. Kennel, for the animals. So in different type of advertisements can be there. The information given in the classified advertisement is brief, clear and concise. It is conveyed in catchy phrases. Please underline and note down this phrase. Classified advertisement, whenever you are going to write, it should be clear, concise, and in catchy phrases. That means you are not going to write complete sentences. You will write only the phrases in clear language. Grammatical accuracy is hardly required, and sometimes grammar rules are ignored here. Words like articles and conjunctions are often avoided. You can avoid the conjunctions, you can avoid the articles here because you are to write the phrases, not the sentences. This is done in order to convey maximum information in minimum words. What is the purpose of giving this in the phrases? Because you want to give maximum information in minimum words, because all the classified advertisements are brief, as they are charged per word or per column line. So these advertisements, which are brief and in phrases, are charged per word per column. उतने जितने आप वर्ड्स लिखोगे, जितने आप कॉलम मींस उनका साइज होता है, पर्टिकुलर एक साइज दिया जाता है न्यूज़पेपर में कि इतने बाय इतने इंचेस का कॉलम जो है वो आपको इतने रेट में मिलेगा. फिक्स रेट होते हैं कॉलम्स के अकॉर्डिंगली. And if you increase the size of that column, you have to pay extra charges. So it is always taken care that maximum information should be given in minimum words, and it should be fixed according to that column, whatever is assigned by different newspapers according to their rates. About information, what you have to take care: the information to be included in the advertisements should be relevant and appropriate. Irrelevant information देने की जरूरत नहीं होती है. To the point, it should attract the consumer's attention and bring him to the advertiser's doorsteps. The main purpose is to attract the attention of the consumers so that you can promote the sale of your things or the goods. The advertisement should not contain vague information. Vague means unclear information. आप गोल मोल सा करके कोई information दे दो, that should not be. It should be clear, as it will confuse the consumers. Some classified advertisements, like matrimonials, have a post office box added to them. Please note down this very important point. Sometimes in the classified advertisements, in the matrimonial column, post office box number is added. This facility is provided to the advertiser when he does not wish to reveal his identity. And why it is used, post office box number? When you don't want to reveal your identity, you want to don't want to give your address, आप नहीं चाहते कि लोगों को आपके बारे में पता चले, then you don't give your address and contact number. You write the post office box number, which is given to the advertiser from the newspaper agency. अगर आप न्यूज़पेपर में ऐड दे रहे हो तो आपको न्यूज़पेपर एजेंसी की तरफ से एक पोस्ट ऑफिस बॉक्स नंबर इशू कर दिया जाता है, एंड योर एड इज गिवन ऑन दैट पर्टिकुलर number only, and the letters or the information of the consumers, the queries of the consumers will reach to the post and this newspaper agency only, and then they will forward it to you. Directly it will not reach to you. Any query or any information what the consumers or the people want to get, especially for the matrimonial purpose, they want to get any query, they will not ask you directly. Those queries will reach to the newspaper agency or any letter that is sent by the person, and then those are forwarded to you. And for this you have to give some separate charges, कुछ एक्स्ट्रा इसके चार्जेस जो है न्यूज़पेपर वाले चार्ज करते हैं. And you are issued a number, post office box number, and all the letters and the informations come directly to that number, to the agency, newspaper agency only. So the word limit for the classified advertisement according to your examination is 50 words. The advertisement must be placed in a box. You are to frame a box while giving the classified advertisement. An appropriate heading that gives the reader a clear idea of the product or service being offered must be given to the advertisement. कि आपको उसके लिए एक proper heading जो है वो देना होता है ताकि clear हो कि what advertisement you are going to give in that. From the heading it should be clear what is being told in that. Now let's have some samples of classified advertisements. One first is the situation vacant. What is situation vacant? When you want to give advertisement for some post, आप कोई कंपनी या किसी फैक्ट्री या किसी भी इंस्टीट्यूशन के ऑनर हो, and you want the services of the people, you have some posts vacant, then you want to give the ad. What points should be taken care while giving these type of ads? Begin with wanted or required, then name of the post. Heading will be situation vacant. You will give heading situation vacant and start with the words wanted or required. Then name of the post must be mentioned. Number of posts must be mentioned कि कितनी seats हैं आपके पास, how many persons will be recruited. Qualification required. Here you must know what qualification is required for that particular post for which you are advertising. Preferences, you must mention about the sex, whether you want male or female candidate. Age, approximate age must be mentioned. Any experience you want, previous experience, that should be mentioned. Additional qualification, anything else you want, computer knowledge or some particular knowledge in any field, that should be added here. It can be communication skills or some knowledge about the computer, working of the computers. Then salary, what you will give, scope for promotion, what incentives, what increments you would give, or any scope for the promotion. Then application and interview schedule. You must mention up to which date the applications are to be sent. If you want to add the interview date, that must be mentioned. When is the interview held and what time, at what place. That means the date, time, and venue for the interview must be mentioned. The name of the firm and organization should be there with address and contact number. That must be mentioned so that the person interested can come and get any queries if required by contacting you on that number. You can see the samples in the situation vacant. Note down how the sentences are given in the form of phrases, not complete sentences are given. Wanted a sales manager, heading is situation vacant. For these type of advertisements, heading is situation vacant. Wanted a sales manager for a reputed publishing house in Faridabad, MCom, MBA, with the knowledge of computers, finance, and related commercial activities. These are the additional qualifications which are required. Main qualification is educational or academic qualification is MCom or MBA, and additional is knowledge of computers, finance, and related commercial activities. Age between 24 to 30, at least 2 years experience, salary commensurate with qualification and experience. That means it will be settled अकॉर्डिंग टू योर क्वालिफिकेशन एंड एक्सपीरियंस। फिक्स नहीं है, आपकी क्वालिफिकेशन और आपका एक्सपीरियंस देखकर इसको फिक्स किया जाएगा। अप्लाई टू मैनेजर ओरिएंट पब्लिशर्स 10 सेक्शन 24 फरीदाबाद विद इन 10 डेज। 10 डेज ऑफ द डेट ऑफ पब्लिशिंग, जिस दिन ये एडवर्टीजमेंट दी जा रही है अकॉर्डिंगली 10 डेज के बीच में एप्लीकेशन जो हैं वो आनी चाहिए। दैट मीन्स नो इंटरव्यू शेड्यूल इज गिवन हेयर, ओनली दे हैव आस्क्ड फॉर द एप्लीकेशंस एंड यू हैव टू ऐड हेयर द कॉन्टैक्ट नंबर विच इज मिसिंग। क्लियर? The contact number must be mentioned here when you are giving this ad. So you have to add here the contact number. Clear? Now next is situation vacant. Another sample: wanted a female receptionist with a pleasing personality, at least graduate, below 26 years, by AK International School. See, in single line, they have given all the things which are required for that particular person. They wanted a female for the post of receptionist, pleasing personality, qualification graduate, age about 26, by AK International School, Gurugram. Candidate to be polite and fluent in spoken English. These are the additional qualifications, and Hindi. Computer knowledge essential. Apply within a fortnight of the advertisement. Fortnight means within 15 days of the advertisement, with detailed resume and recent passport size photograph at this yahoo.com. ID is given. You can add the address and the contact number also. So these are the two samples for the situation vacant. How you are to use the phrases, not the sentences. Coming to the next topic, that can be situation wanted. What is situation wanted? You have some particular qualification. You want to give your services. You don't have any company, you don't have any firm or any institution. On the individual basis, you want to give your services. Suppose you want to give some tuitions, you want to do some work of accounts as an accountant, part time job के फॉर्म में आप कोई काम करना चाहते हो, or you want to get some full time work. इंडिविजुअली आप अपने बिहाफ पे डिमांड करते हो जब किसी जॉब की, दैट इज सिचुएशन वांटेड. Please find out the difference and note it. Situation vacant means when an ad is given from the side of the firm, and situation wanted means when an individual gives an ad to provide his or her services. What points should be taken care while writing this type of ad? Situation wanted. Personal data, जो भी ad दे रहा है उसको अपने बारे में personal details देनी होंगी about age, sex, education, previous experience, position, added qualification, other valuable traits, whatever you want to tell about yourself. Preference आपकी क्या है? You must mention it. Type of job, place, locality, working hours, कि आप कैसा काम है, कैसी सर्विस दोगे, किस एरिया में दोगे. कई बार होता है लोग दूर नहीं जाना चाहते, नियर बाय एरियाज में देना चाहते हैं, तो यू विल टेल योर लोकेलिटी एंड द प्लेस वेयर यू वांट टू गिव योर सर्विसेज. What will be the working hours? Suppose you are working somewhere in the morning, you want to give your services as part-time job in the evening time, so you must mention the working hours. You want to give regular services or part-time or contractual basis, you have to mention it. Emoluments, what is your demand of money, charges, if it is some tuition or some coaching classes or some accountant's work, what type of payment and how much payment will you take. Contact address, your own address and your mobile number, so that those who want your services, they can contact you. Clear? These are the important points which you must add in these type of ads. Now see samples. Situation wanted: a US returned electronics and computer engineer with MS in electronics from Purdue University having 3 years experience in IT, seeks a suitable job in or around Delhi in some reputed IT firm. See, in single line, everything is covered. US returned, कंप्यूटर इंजीनियर विद MS इन इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स, अपनी क्वालिफिकेशन भी बता दी, कहाँ से करी, यूनिवर्सिटी भी बता दी, कितना एक्सपीरियंस है, दैट इज ऑल्सो मैंशनड, एंड ही वांट्स टू हैव अ जॉब in which area, that is also mentioned, in or around Delhi in some reputed IT firm. Expected salary mentioned 60,000 per month. Contact Vikram Jain, mobile number, contact number is mentioned. Second sample, services of an honorable graduate with specialization in medieval India prepared to art as a tourist guide are available. That means you are a tourist guide and you want to give your services. Very well acquainted with the places of historical interest in Delhi, Agra and Jaipur. You have mentioned the area of your knowledge कि आपको इन areas में historical places के बारे में सारी knowledge है, and you can be a good guide. Emoluments expected 10,000 per tour. Then contact number is mentioned. So these are the samples for situation wanted when an individual want to give his or her services. Coming to the third sample, that is for to let. To let means जब आप अपने घर को या अपने बिल्डिंग में कुछ किराए पर हिस्सा देना चाहते हो. Type of accommodation, shop or house, description, number of beds, bathrooms, etc., bedrooms and etc., facilities, water supply, electricity, क्या क्या facilities होंगी आपके उस हाउस में, रेंट एक्सपेक्टेड, कितना आप रेंट चाहते हो, किराया कितना लोगे, प्रेफरेंस इफ एनी, आप पर्टिकुलर कोई प्रेफरेंस देना चाहते हो, सिंगल फैमिली हो, जॉइंट फैमिली हो, सर्विस वाले हों, बिजनेसमैन हो, कैसी प्रेफरेंस आप चाहते हो, कैसे लोग आप रखना चाहते हो रेंट पे. Then you have to give your contact address and phone number. See the samples for these available. The heading will be the same, to let service. Okay, if you want to give on the rent. Available on rent, a newly constructed house, 2 bedrooms, drawing, lobby, etc. in Jayanagar, Bangalore. The area is must, so that a person who is interested should tell whether he is interested in that area or not. Park opposite, 3 side open, fully furnished. या आसपास की आपने करेक्टरिस्टिक्स दे दी या फीचर्स दे दी कि आप उस आपके घर के आसपास पार्क है, उसके अपोजिट साइड में ये 3 साइड ओपन है, पूरी तरह से फर्निश्ड है. रेंट नेगोशिएबल. नेगोशिएबल मीन्स इट विल बी डिसाइडेड. It's not fixed, it can be decided after discussion or talking. Contact Dr. Madan, contact number between 5 to 8 p.m. You can add the time कि आप सारा दिन आपको कॉल ना करते रहें या मिलते ना रहें, तो it should be within the fixed time. Then second sample is 3 bedroom house with spacious drawing room. This is 3 bedroom house with attached bathrooms, spacious drawing room, kitchen in New Rajendra Nagar, New Delhi, available on rent, situated opposite Municipal Park, 3 side open, fully furnished, garage and small lawn. Contact number is given, and when to contact, after 10 a.m. Gupta and Company, 55 New Rajendra Nagar, New Delhi. So the contact address and phone number is given, time is mentioned when to contact. Next type is accommodation wanted. For this, you have to keep the points in mind: name of the person, firm or organization, type of accommodation, again area, locality and situation must be mentioned, preferences, which sector, colony you want, purpose, why you want to give the accommodation, terms of contract on rent देना चाहते हो या लीज पे देना चाहते हो, water supply, electricity, security, facilities, parking, pavement, open space, contact address and telephone number. It is just like to let. The only thing is that you have to mention about the other things also. Accommodation wanted, you want to have some accommodation, means आपको ज़रूरत है accommodation की. A physician practicing in Jalandhar, this is from the individual side. A physician practicing means या तो आप अपने घर को देना चाहते हो, then to let services there. And if you want to have some house on rent, this is accommodation wanted. A physician practicing in Jalandhar requires a rent a 3-bedroom house on Shakti Nagar or Udham Singh Nagar. 24-hour water supply and electricity essential, means these qualities, these privileges or the facilities should be prevalent there. A garage, a servant quarter, a must. Contact name, time, and contact number is given. The second example is wanted accommodation wanted, again wanted a newly built house in 1500 square feet having 3 bedroom, hall and kitchen. BHK means bedroom, hall and kitchen with attached bathrooms, modular kitchen, spacious drawing room on rent in Garden Colony, Sector 20, Gurugram. 24 hours water supply and electricity essential. Garage and small lawn preferred. Honors to contact BK Agarwal after 7 p.m. at 65 Sector 17 or call at this number. So in this way, you have to give complete address and contact number. We have discussed a few samples. I'll send you a complete PDF in which you will get more samples, and please go through all those samples and the value points given, and there you will have one assignment also along with that, 2 topics for your classified advertisements. Clear? After going through, you will solve those 2 samples given to you in the classified advertisement PDF, which I'll share with you today. Okay, you will have one assignment of your poem, and the second PDF